Okay.
I hope Mother convinces the Viscount to give us the estate.
I will talk to the Viscount about our estate.
I honestly saw that. Saw that. Let's actually check some people out. nothing there. Oh, okay. Some coins. Let's check out the other area. To talk to him, I want to use someone else. These people need experience, and I want to be with Bethany. But to talk to Thrask, I think we're going to choose someone different. Let's think about this. The sky is beautiful. I wonder if this is dusk. We're moving toward the evening.
Mistress Hawke.
It's him. That Templar from Ariane. I knew this was a bad idea.
It's okay, Bethany.
Ariane tells me you sought a better path than the Circle for her son, Fainriel. I thought perhaps you would be willing to show mages a kindness once more.
I know who you are, but we might as well talk.
Do I know you?
I am Sir Thrask of the Templars. I know from the compassion with which you treated Fainriel that you are someone who cares for the fate of apostate mages.
What's this about?
Can I get the details before I agree?
There are a number of apostates hiding in those caverns.
We are not going to kill apostates for you.
I was hoping you might speak to the group. Convince them to surrender peacefully before my fellow Templars arrive.
That's the problem with you, Anders. You instantly jump to conclusions. Don't do that. I understand why with most Templars, but you should have noticed he's a little bit different. How did the mages get here?
Who are these apostates? Where did they come from?
These are the mages of the former Circle at Starkhaven. It burned to the ground, and their Templars sent for us to relocate the survivors. Unfortunately, they escaped on the journey. With their phylacteries burned, it has been nearly impossible to track them.
I know what these are, but I'd like to hear his explanation.
What's a phylactery?
When a mage joins the Circle, the first enchanter takes a sample of his blood. It is used as a focus to track the mage should he escape.
And this is one of the reasons why you should let them live outside the circle, because if they do anything funny, you can track them down through their blood. So why keep them all cooped up and penned up in the gallows like Meredith wants to? It doesn't make any sense.
Do the other Templars intend to do worse than recapture the mages?
Sir Karras is a Knight Lieutenant of the Templars, a great crony of Meredith. Should he find apostates hiding from pursuit, Meredith will consider him justified in murdering the lot of them.
I know she is, but I want his impression of her.
Who's Meredith?
You have clearly not been in Kirkwall.
Oh, I know who she is. I want to hear your impression.
Meredith is Knight Commander. She has changed the rules for mages in Kirkwall. They are less free than elsewhere. Though I dare say she has created as much dissent as obedience.
It seems like it. I will help you.
I would not like to see this become a massacre.
Thank you. Your compassion does you credit. These mages have shown they attack Templars on sight. You have a better chance than I to convince them they are better off alive in the Circle than free and dead. Sir Karras hunts them as well. If they have not surrendered by the time he arrives, this will be a bloodbath.
Alright. Before I go in there, I have a plan. Okay. There are people who need experience, but there are other people who... different people need different kinds of experiences. Oh boy.
Line them up for me. I'll take them down.
Ah, great. They're doing this crap. Fuck. Fuck, 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 fuck. Everybody go.
Surely you've got...
Okay.
Get back!
The corpses are stirring.
Mages will always resort to the forbidden if they feel enough need.
That's true. He has a point. But then again, so would anyone.
I always wanted to try this.
Alright. Okay, guys.
You want to fuck?
Try me.
Okay. Alright. I was wondering if there'd be more. I wonder if that's light. I wonder if that's like a way out of the caves. Okay. Alright. Better.
How about you?
Okay. I wonder. Okay.
Maker's blessing. I thought I was going to die down here in this tomb. Are you with the Templars? Please, I need to go back to the Circle. I never wanted to get involved in this. Not when he started making those things.
He.
Who is he?
Decimus. It was his decision. He kept saying the Templars would label us blood mages if we fled. Why not use it if it's our best tool?
Typical excuse.
He slit his wrist, and the magic, it rose from the blood and woke the skeletons in the cave. I ran. Decimus is wrong. Blood magic is a work of evil, not just a power the Templars keep from us for spite.
Tell me about Decimus.
Decimus is the leader of these mages.
He's crazy. He said with our phylacteries gone, no one could find us. We would be free. I think maybe he set the fire. There must be a demon working through him. No normal man would profane the dead like this.
The Templar Thrask is waiting outside. Surrender to him and you won't be hurt.
I surrender. Take me to the Templars. I don't want anything to do with this blood magic. The rest of them, they're still following Decimus. He's gone mad. I think he'd kill us all just to take the Templars down.
Okay. For this party, yeah, I'm going to use different people. I want to give them some experience, but there's somebody I'm going to use is a little bit different. Or gotta work on feminist. Let me check something.
They're here. The Templars have come to take us back to the Circle.
Decimus, no! Stay your hand. These are no Templars.
What do I care what shield they carry? If they challenge us, the dead themselves will meet the call.
Everybody! Get him! You. You know what? Ah, fucking bastard. Ah, you fuck-nutted bastard! You're gonna have to heal. Alright, come on. Alright, everybody. Run. 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 Keep running, everybody. Keep running. 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 Alright, we're gonna try here. Now.
Loot the
Alright. Okay. Now then. Let's go. Okay. Alright. Get him. Alright. Okay.
You killed him. Oh, Decimus. You should have listened to me, love. You are one of us. But you wear no mark of the Circle. How is it you side against your own?
That man was a blood mage. I don't have to be part of the Circle to know that is wrong.
Right.
Decimus gave us the courage to face the Templars. Without him, we would be prisoners still.
You know what?
He obviously meant a lot to you. He was our future.
No.
Until he came, we never thought to fight back. I told Decimus he was going too far, but he said it was the only way to protect us. To protect me. Please, we only want our freedom. Without your help, the Templars will execute us all for Decimus's crimes.
Where do you want to go?
If not in the Circle, how do you intend to live? I hear there are places outside the Free Marches where the Templars are not so vigilant.
Help you how?
What do you ask of me? There is a Templar who followed us. You must have met him when you entered. Kill him, and we can get clear of Kirkwall before the Templars send more men.
No, I
I
am
would not see these mages killed. But if we start murdering Templars,
Right.
we'll draw their fury down on us.
Particularly since
Will you buy us time to flee Kirkwall?
particularly since Sir Thrask was trying to save your ass. Talk about the hand biting the hand that feeds it, that feeds you. He's actually trying to save you from the rest of the Templars. No, you're not going to kill Thrask. I'll convince him you're dead.
Leave it to me. By the time I'm done, these Templars will swear that the sky is green. Your confidence almost makes me believe you. But I spent 2 weeks traveling with these Templars. They strike first and
That's
think
not
after.
Sir Thrask.
They are far easier to kill than to fool.
I'm not killing him for you. In fact, such a statement makes me wonder if I shouldn't have maybe turned you back over to them, if that's your attitude. Yes, I know you have issues with these Templars who you broke away from, but come on. I'm not going to murder Templars for you. Particularly since your boss was just trying to kill me.
Doing that.
It was an incredibly dangerous foe. And then you have the temerity and the arrogance and the gall to ask me to go kill Templars for you. You're lucky I don't turn you in.
I just want to get out of here alive.
Yeah, and she worries me.
We will speak no more. I would not wish any Templars to overhear we still survive.
Yeah, well. I'm not going to murder Thrask. Particularly since it seems to be a moderating influence and is actually trying to keep you from getting murdered, and that's how you're going to pay him back. I don't think so. Alright. Go ahead. Okay. You know what? Now. Alright. I wonder. Go over here. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try this. Holy smite. Okay. Go get him.
Messing with us is suicide.
Alright. Where did... Yeah. We need to go through this place much more carefully, make sure that we get everything in here. Okay.
We will speak no more. I would not wish any Templars to overhear we still survive.
Stories will tell on the gallows.
Okay, make sure that we've got everything before we leave, because I don't think we'll be able to come back. Alright. Here's what we're gonna do. Are you ready? No. It does have friendly fire. That answers that question. It does have friendly fire. Unfortunately. It's unfortunate that Holy Smite has friendly fire to it as well. That means it's very situational. Very situational. Let's see.
Are you trying to tell me this boy is all that's left of the apostates?
I ran away when they began to use blood magic, sir.
They are not in the caverns, Sir Karras. I have thoroughly explored.
Who is this?
Varric, you're supposed to have a golden tongue. You're supposed to be able to win anybody over. Do your magic.
Tell him who we are.
I'm astonished Sir Thrask didn't mention that Sir Hawke, Knight Lieutenant of the Order in Ferelden, was here at the Knight Commander's personal invitation.
Yes. Yes, I was just about to tell him.
We've completed our investigation of the mages in those caverns. There is no one left inside.
The apostates resorted to blood magic and ended up turning on each other.
Their leader fled the battlefield ahead of us. Bloody coward left his own people to die. I caught only a glimpse, but it looked like the back passages led out to the coast. I sent your men that way.
We can still catch up if we go around the caverns. That's the faster route.
The coast, you say? Men, fan out, search the shore. We will retrieve these corpses later. I will commend you to the Knight Commander, Sir Hawke.
Thank you, my friend.
I didn't think you could do it. Truly, you must be able to charm a miser out of his last coin. I did not think any of us would leave those caverns alive.
Where will you go?
It won't be an easy path, trying to live free as a mage.
But it will be my path. Please, accept my staff as a reward. It has the mark of Starkhaven on it. I dare not carry it now. It should bring a good price. Now, we must flee as far as we can before nightfall. Thank you, friend.
Okay. Hopefully that is the last that I see of them. They go off, they live their lives, and it's all good. And this is a story I tell years later and just laugh and don't worry about the past. Sometimes the best for everyone is that they no longer be involved. Okay. That's sometimes the best. Is that you no longer have anything to do with each other. Alright. Okay. Go to Gammon's house.
What am I, your servant? There's a letter for you on the desk.
Just a moment. Let's check what the letter says. Dear Bethany, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened to Tamara. I think her family fled to Redcliffe, but I haven't been able to locate them. I don't have much hope left, but miracles can happen. I will keep trying. I know Tamara was a close friend. I will write you as soon as I hear something. I hope your family's doing well in Kirkwall. Please send my love to your mother. I will keep praying for you all. Sincerely, Sister Ursula. Yeah, she was really wonderful. She was good friends with Mother. Helped keep her from being lonely. I hope Tamara made it. Let's go. I'm going to talk to Bethany and see if she's okay. Friends in low places. I understand you're in dire need of some coin. If that's true, I believe I have a proposition that you simply will not be able to refuse. Look for me at night near the foundries in Lowtown. Dougal. Okay. Ursula, I'm glad that you're fine. You were one of the nice things about the Chantry. I hope that Tamara's okay. I'll go check with Bethany. Tell Leandra and her about it.
I hope Mother convinces the Viscount to give us the estate.
I will talk to the Viscount about our estate.
I know you will, Mother, and you are amazing. So I'm going to go check everybody for a moment. Check. All right. Okay. Yeah, if we're gonna have that, then we might also pick that one. Let's go back here.
Maker's breath, you get more letters than I do. There's an...
I know.
Another one on the desk.
I want to think about that one later. Boom. Alright. Check our equipment. She's usually fine on that. Let me check something. Okay. Alright.
Maker's breath, you get more letters.
Quit whining. Okay, Anders. All right.
Another messenger came by with a letter. It's on the desk.
I'll check that out later. Oh, let's see how these two get along. Wait, you know what? What a mix. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk to everybody. I feel like I'm moving towards a precipice, toward a concluding event.
By the dread wolf! Why is my house always such a
Oh,
mess
my
when
little
people
Meryl.
are here? It's clean sometimes, I swear.
I know.
I get so furious when mages try to oppose Templars by turning to demons.
Yeah, well,
There is no better way to ensure we will never be free.
that's one of the smartest things you've said. I agree wholeheartedly. That's a good point. It's part of what gives people like Fenris ammunition against us. Against Bethany and you and Meryl.
We should move on.
Okay. Alright, so... check the hangman out.
We used to have another bartender.
Oh?
Went into the back room for another keg of ale and never returned. So you be careful going back there.
I promise. If I go back there, I won't be alone.
Oh, Isabella.
Have you ever been out in the open ocean in a storm? It's the best feeling in the world.
I have been out in the open ocean. I was there when there was a massive
You ever
storm.
going to stop harping on the
No.
mages here?
No.
They aren't what you saw in Tevinter.
The moment they are free, mages will make themselves magisters.
They're slaves. You should want to help them.
I don't.
And I understand why both of you have your views. And to me, you represent one of the problems with trying to come to peaceful terms. Because you both have legitimate concerns.
You know that guy Marlowe at the bar downstairs? Don't make eye contact, whatever you do.
Okay. I understand Fenris's suspicion and reticence.
So, I noticed some
And I understand Anders' desire for freedom.
interesting work.
Hopefully, I can work with and reconcile both of them in such a manner that they can find a way to live together and work with each other. Now let's see if we have a better conversation than before with Anders.
It's not a pretty home, but at least it's clean.
And you do help people here, which is good. I do approve of that.
You have been a great help.
Thank you. I'm glad that we're starting to get along better than what we did before.
We should move on.
Because I'm just not interested in you that way, and I'm glad that that was able to get worked out and that you appreciate me and what I've been doing. Let's see how much people... Well, we've got a ways to go. Got a ways to go. That's pretty well good. Well, let's go check Fenris's house. Maybe we can get him to clean it up a bit.
You've probably never met a Dalish before, have you?
I wouldn't know.
I'm sure you'd be able to tell. Dalish aren't much like the elves in the cities.
The smug sense of superiority does give you away.
Yeah. Meryl, I love you. It's not as obvious with you, but the fact that you believe that you can work with demons and that it will be okay does require a bit of, however subtle, a bit of a sense of a sense of superiority, a rather unjustified one. I really like you. I really care about you. But that's something we're going to have to deal with. Fenris, we got to do some remodeling.
We should move on.
I mean, we should make this a nice place. A much better place. We should do some work here. We should give you a nice mansion. Work on this place. Make it much better than what it is. It has a lot of potential. Get that fixed. Yeah, definitely get that fixed. Okay. Now let's check with Aveline. Hey.
Not much room in the barracks, but there's nowhere I'd rather be.
That's what I expect.
You have my thanks. Aveline was wise to bring you. She will make a fine captain.
Indeed she will. In fact, she is. And you'll make a fine boyfriend, in my humble opinion. You don't think I haven't noticed what's going on there? Oh, yes, I have. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the Chantry. There's that guy Sebastian, I think, there. And I want to see if I can talk to Althena. It's been a while since I've been to the Chantry.
I was a slave.
Still, it was your home, right? The only one you remember. Does it ever feel strange not to be there?
Sometimes. That does not mean I would go back.
How was I to know she was a lady of ill repute? Those eyes, oh Maker. Those legs.
Uh-huh. Is there anything else that happened with that?
How was I to know she was a lady of ill repute?
Canary presence here has stirred great controversy in the Chantry.
Anything else?
Several of our brothers and sisters take the Canary too personally. The Maker would not have sent them if not to teach us something. Please leave. A foul murder has been committed within these walls. We must cleanse them. I performed your grandparents' wedding ceremony. Leandra eloping broke their hearts.
Wow.
Andraste, guide your steps. Andraste, guide your steps.
Althena, I should bring Leandra in here. You guys should meet and talk. I think that would be very good for both of them.
Those Canari are a frightening sort. Demons, the whole lot of them.
No, they're not.
I do wish the Viscount would have them run
here
off.
to make a donation. We can always use the help.
No.
Dear Maker, please help Ravine find his way to me. After his grandfather and mother died, he's all I have left.
Sebastian, old stick.
May the words of my heart reach you, bride of the Maker. Look with mercy upon my family, Andraste, for they are now at your side. May the words of my heart reach you, bride of the Maker. Look with mercy upon my family, Andraste, for they are now at your side.
I get the feeling that we'll be working on something together in the future. Okay. Something I want to do. Actually, I want to go back up to Hightown first. There's a Dougal guy, I don't know if we're going to speak with him. However...
So the Magister put lyrium in your skin?
So I'm told.
Does it hurt?
You do not want to know the answer to that.
No, Bartran, there are things I want to do first. Actually, it's been a while since I sold anything to Bodan Fedek. Let's sell some stuff. nothing on it. So honestly, put this stuff away. We're done with that. Those two. Okay. Sell that. Bought this because this is expensive. Okay. C for goods. No. Let's see what they've got here. Ah, no. No. Okay. We'll check these regular merchants first, because I'm getting near where we're going to be doing the Deep Rose expedition. What the Dougal guy wants. No. Okay. No. Nah, interested now. No. No. Ah, Hubert. Interesting. Interesting. Nah, we've already got that. I'll think about that. No. Interesting, but probably... interesting, but skippable. Okay. That is something to think about besides health potions. Okay. That is something to think about. Order runs. So... Lowtown. Order potions. Maybe later. Junk. Junk. See if he's got anything to say.
I do not wish to discuss my personal life.
Yeah, sure.
Let me know if you want to see my wares.
Okay. I think we've used them for what we need. So now we're going to take a look in here, because I don't think I've ever checked anywhere near as much as I should.
I've got 5 kids to feed. Where do I find work?
You again. What do you want? Is there a way I can assist these people? If you've coin to spare, we won't turn it down. Donations go in the box up front. Anything else? I just want to see your wares. Look around. We don't often get customers with actual coin to spend.
Well, there's not a lot of particularly great stuff here. If that makes sense. That would be useful for, not bad. Heck with it. We're gonna need them anyway. Get that. I think I pretty much done with that.
We've been out for a week. The children are eating sawdust. I can't get my brother off the boat. The grip's got him bad.
All right. A simple shape on a leather cord, the uneven polish is not a failure of workmanship, rather the result of exacting and repeated study by powerful hands. Black glimmers curl just beneath the surface that should be solid, and there are glimpses of a cord that seems to be carved from a piece of horn. Gaze for more than a moment, it seems to stir something in an uncommonly dark corner of the mind, coaxing out a familiar primal emotion, want. It is impossible to say whether Sarabas intended this as reinforcement or restriction. At the moment, it simply is. The secret thing was never meant for the eyes of another. Interesting. The Archon's blades. The Archon's guard of Hissarion are vilified throughout the lands. The chant depicts their cruel treatment of Andraste as one of the reasons the Maker turned his gaze from his creation. After Hissarion converted to Andraste's teachings, he disbanded his guard and stripped them of their arms. Most of the guard's swords were destroyed, but a handful of the Archon's blades are still around. Perhaps one of the blades here drew the prophet's blood as the Archon interrogated Andraste before her execution. Baragran the Bold. Baragran the Bold was either a hero or a traitor, depending on how you look at it. Before exile was common among the dwarves, only the most heinous crimes warranted a dwarf being stripped of house and sent to the surface. Baragran qualified and was banished on accusations of regicide after killing a dwarven king on the Proving Sands. Baragran spat on the assembly that pronounced the sentence before strapping on his armor and leaving Gundar. Living on the surface, Baragran's incredible fighting skills, tactical knowledge, and intellect built a naval empire centered in what would one day be Antiva. His more enduring legacy was teaching human smiths, engineers, and other crafters jealously guarded dwarven secrets. Talk about revenge. Cursed by dwarves and hailed by humans, Baragran became a figure of much controversy. As complicated as his life was, the story of Baragran's armor is even more checkered. His armor has passed through many heroes' hands over the centuries. Despite the advantages it gave them, no hero using it ever survived to old age. Well, that's a cheery thought. The Edge of Night. You've never seen a lad so taken with an axe. He carried one of the old sodding things with him wherever he went. Practicing day and night, he drove his mother to distraction, he did. Even when he was fully raised into the warrior caste, he refused proper weapons. Said he had the feel of an axe, and that's all he needed. Over the years, he spent a small fortune having smiths layer enchantments on him. Oh, how others would sneer at those ancient things. Well, they did until Baragran lopped off King Churgret's head on the sands. Sad business that, and Gundar was the poorer for it. And I'm not just talking about the king. From the Memories of Gundar, a collection of stories preserved by the Shepherd of the Lost Dwarven Kingdom. The Empress's Point. As one of the early elite rulers of contemporary Orlais, Empress Genevieve I created many of the traditions and practices of the imperial court. She employed the bravest and most skilled swordsmen to her guard, the Empress's arm, one of the main predecessors of the Chevalier. Her guards were given a princely gift, an enchanted Tevinter blade. These blades were named for the Empress's darker side. When rivals overstepped their bounds, Genevieve was always quick to make them see her point. The Golden Prince's raiment. Tales of Emile Devereux flourish among the Orlesian peasants. The dashing Golden Prince was a populist who raised a huge army from his common subjects by promising reform for the aging empire. Although he never won his imperial coronet, Lord Emile captured the hearts and minds of generations of Orlesian dreamers while wearing this golden armor. It is said that, as a young girl, even Empress Celeste was captivated by his stories. The Ashen Karras. The charge of the Ash Warriors is a sight to behold, with hounds at their sides and their fierce battle cries. Just like Cedric, the Ash Warriors have buckled the ranks of even stalwart veterans, and if the enemy line does hold, then the true test begins. Quill and ink is a poor medium to convey the sheer power of their rages. Despite the Ash Warriors' renown, several misconceptions persist. Some believe the mercenaries are predominantly Avar or chastened tribesmen. Certainly their armor evokes barbarian roots, but the men and women of the Ash Warriors are almost entirely civilized. In my travels as a chronicler and surgeon, I spent several months with the Ash Warriors, and although finding any willing to speak of their history was difficult, the stories I gradually elicited were chilling tales of hardened men. One was an arsonist who joined the Ash Warriors on the gallows. Another had committed fratricide, and another's dire past I dare not recount. In joining the Ash Warriors, their crimes were forgiven, for it was as if they were never born. It's kind of like the Legion of the Dead. Even in legal records, their old life is erased. Contracts voided, marriages annulled, records of births erased. In this, they are much like the Dwarven Legion of the Dead. Their new lives are dedicated to redemption and service. My first night with the band, I was startled when they asked me to sing a few verses from the Chant of Light. Grim to a man and fearsomely garbed, yet they were as eager to hear the chant as the most faithful parishioner. I felt as the first missionaries must have, surrounded by barbarians. The more I learned of the Ash Warriors, the more questions I had. They are mercenaries who demand no pay, men with no pass, considered the king's men yet beholden to no one. I could have traveled with them for many years, and still had mysteries to uncover. From the Annals of the Scarlet March, by Brother Badine, Chantry Scholar. And then Vel Cormith swung his mighty hammer, and the blow tore the Alamari band's head clean off. He lay crumpled beneath the war leader, and Vel Cormith did shout, "You canine lovers, you who think you can defeat me, stand before me and my dogs. They are the dogs of war." He planted his blood-soaked hammer in the earth, and his enemies did quiver. But victory would not go to the Chasen that day, for Hafter approached and intoned, "I am Hafter, slayer of Darkspawn, leader of the Alamari. No dog nor wolf alive frightens me." And so they traded blows for 3 days and 3 nights. Bruised, bloodied, and tired they grew. It was after 1,000 blows that Hafter's blade, we'll see about that, Usaris, found Vel Cormith's heart. Then Hafter spoke, "I banish the Chasen from these plains. I have taken the greatest of your men from you and claimed his weapon as my own. If ever you rise against me or my sons, we will take more than that." And so to this very day, the Chasen never venture far from the wilds, and the children of Hafter still hold their lands free. From Tales of the Alamari, author unknown. I don't know about that. It's a great tale, but we'll have to see whether that's actually true or not. One of the few roads leading into Kirkwall passes through a dangerous area known as the Wounded Coast. The road winds close to the cliff edge that looms over waters where many a precipitous drop to the churning waves below. There's many a local legend involving travelers falling or jumping or having been flung from those heights. From the cliffs, I think I read this before, but that's okay. From the cliffs, the road leads through jagged hills that line the pass like sharp teeth. Bandits use those hills as cover from which to ambush caravans. There's more to fear here than bandits, of course. Once one leaves the hills, you come across a maze of sharp canyons, the hunting grounds for many creatures. It is a place of secrets dating back to the golden age of Tevinter Imperium, where ancient relics and statues crumble in time with the rocks. That's by Brother Genitivi. The Kunari, Asit Taleb. When the Ashkai looked upon the destruction wrought by locusts, he saw at last the order in the world. A plague must cause suffering for as long as it endures. Earthquakes must shatter the land. They are bound by their being. Asit Taleb. It is to be. That's rather fatalistic. For the world and the self are one. Existence is a choice. A set of suffering, bringing only suffering to the world. A self of suffering, bringing only suffering to the world. It is a choice, and we can refuse it. From the Kyun, Canto 4. So fate is fate. There's no point in questioning it. We and the world are one. They do see the individuals as like part of a greater whole. Organically. It's part of a great organic whole. You can refuse to be someone who suffers so that you can do better. Okay. In the world. And the world can be better if you refuse to just suffer. The Kyun teaches that all living things have a place and a purpose, and only when they are in the correct place and in control of their own self may a being attain balance. When balance is lost, suffering follows. Mastery of the self is, therefore, the first and greatest duty. Those born with magic are at a terrible disadvantage, for demons can always rob them of their self. Because of this, the Kunari name them Sarabas, meaning dangerous thing, and treat them with the utmost caution. Sarabas must be carefully controlled by someone else, an Arvarad, one who holds back evil, because they cannot truly control themselves. The evil is not the mage, but the loss of the mage's self, and the suffering that inevitably follows. That part is good, but unfortunately they abuse and mistreat the mages. The Kunari pity and honor the Sarabas, for striving while under constant threat from within is truly selfless, which is the highest virtue of the Kyun. From the writings of the Sira Kantar, 841 Blessed. It would be nice if they weren't so cruel to them then. The people of the Kyun are perhaps the least understood group in Thedas. The Kunari Wars were brutal, but so was the Chantry Schism. So was the fall of the Imperium. Some of this misunderstanding is an accident of nature. The race we call Kunari are formidable. Nature has given them fierce horns and strange eyes, and the ignorant look on them and see monsters. Some is an accident of language. Few among the Kyun's people speak the common tongue, and fewer speak it well. In a culture that strives for mastery, to have only a passable degree of skill is humiliating indeed, and so they often keep quiet among foreigners, out of shame. I remember reading this before, but I might as well read it again. But much of it is a result of the culture itself. The Kunari view their whole society as a single creature, a living entity whose health and well-being is the responsibility of all. Each individual is only a tiny part of the whole, a drop of blood in its veins. Important not for itself, but for what it is to the whole creature. Because of this, the Kunari and most outsiders meet belong to the army, which the Kyun regards as if it were the physical body. Arms, legs, eyes, and ears, the things a creature needs in order to interact with the world. One cannot get to know a person solely by studying his hand or his foot, so one cannot truly meet the Kunari until one has visited their cities. That is where their mind and soul dwell. In Saharan and Paravalan, one can truly see the Kunari in their entirety. There, the unification of the Kunari into a single being is most evident. Workers, whom the Kyun calls the mind, produce everything the Kunari require. The soul, the priesthood, seeks a greater understanding of the self, the world, and exhorts the body and mind to continually strive for perfection. The body serves as the go-between for the mind, the soul, and the world. Everyone and everything has a place, decided by the king, in which they work for the good of the whole. It is a life of certainty, of equality, if not individuality. Yes, I remember reading this before. The Seer of Kantar, 841 Blessed. I'll read that later. And I'll read that later too. About blood magic and the king. I'll think about those and I'll read those later. I'll wait to read them because I've got a lot to ponder, as it is. I have to figure out who's going to drink that. Hello, Sergeant.
I doubt the mystery of who killed those swindlers will ever be solved.
Oh, yeah. No one will ever know the answer to that. How very tragic. One thing.
What am I, your servant? There's a letter for you on the desk.
You're lucky I'm so generous. All right. What's in there? This is a place we've been before to kill stuff. Kill people, I should say. Usually these places go away. This one did not. Interesting. I'm going to very briefly explore this place. Make sure I got everything. Yeah, very interesting. Perhaps we'll have to come back here again later. I don't know. Okay.